Chapman has been dominant this year, except for last night.
Yeah, but I mean, like Trevor Hoffman was a great closer, but in the playoffs, he was just horrible. He never got. If you remember against the Yankees in the World Series, he gave up that home run to Scott Brosius. He just wasn't clutch. That guy, Trevor Hoffman.
Against the Padres in '98.
So we are live. Guys, we are live. It's hot. So I want to welcome everybody to the first inning, and so we got some news to talk about. And y'all already know that Chapman already blew the game. And what can you do, right? But before we get into that, right? The crazy part is, let's talk about the tickets. The Mets have they released all their tickets for the whole season. You can buy any game you want. But the Yankees, they only released tickets to the 4th of July. What kind of crap is that? It's like, who's running the show up there, man? I don't understand what's going on.
What I wanted to say is I was watching the Cubs and Cardinals this afternoon, and Wrigley Field is back to 100%. Many of the stadiums are back to 100%. But the Yankees are doing limited games and only release tickets to July 4th.
Oh, matter of fact, let me put that game on the screen right now so we can watch.
But I don't even want to go to any games this year. It's not even worth going to Yankee games. They're so bad. I don't know if this team's ever going to pull out of this. It's just this division is just too good this year. No one thought it was going to be like 3 teams in the division. It's like the National League West.
Real quick, the Yankees had a very good series against the Minnesota Twins, winning the first game 8-4 with Sanchez and Andujar hitting home runs, and Montgomery went 5 2/3 innings. In the second game, we had 4 home runs from the Yankees as the Yankees won 9-6. Judge hit a home run, and Duhar hit a home run, and Stanton blasted 2 off of Dobnak, who really got knocked around, the Minnesota Twins pitcher. And Cole was decent. His spin rate was down a little bit. He gave up 2 home runs, but not drastically. And he did challenge Josh Donaldson. And
he got him that 3 times.
That was pretty cool.
He did not throw it in or anything like that. And he did get him out, and was very respectful. And then yesterday, Stanton and Urshela went deep for the Yankees. And unfortunately, Chapman did not have his stuff. And he is another one that may be part of the controversy involving the sticky substance, because his spin rate was way down and he did not have his stuff. And he gave up a hit and then a home run to Donaldson and then another hit and then a home run to Cruz. And
2 home runs.
Blasted away and blew the game. And the Yankees lost the last game of the series against the Twins 7-5.
It's just been horrible, man. It's I can't really say how bad the Yankees are this year, but it seems like all these pitchers are now using something. It's just out of control now. But the Yankees I just can't. To be honest with you, I don't know when they're going to finally wake up this team and go on a big run like we all expect them to always do. I can't. I don't know what to say. I've been saying that I think the season's over, but I really don't expect much out of this team until I have to see improvement. But like I told you, if they don't make the playoffs this year, this team have to make changes. There's no way around it. I mean, because if we make the playoffs, like I was telling Frank, and we lose in the first round, it's just going to be almost like not making the playoffs in a way, because you just got to get bounced out of the first round, and then we just have to basically go back to square one again. That's why I think either way this team has to make changes next season. I mean, yes, there is a lot of season left. We have 3 months left, whatever it is, but they have to do something fast, make a trade, because this division is just too good this year. It's just too much for the Yankees. I don't know if they could. It's like 2016 that year when the Yankees missed the playoffs. They couldn't contend with any of those other teams in the division, and they lost. So
you have to get baby steps. You have to get baby steps. They took 2 out of 3 from the Twins.
They had to sweep the Phillies. They had to take 2 with the Phillies.
And Davis and Tyon is going up against the last player tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Philadelphia. And you just have to accept what you can accept. I mean, when you consider the homestand that they had losing 5 out of 7 to the Rays and Red Sox.
They did not have a good road trip.
I mean, you're not going to get something perfect out of them this year. You're just not going to,
Well, they got to play close to it because they got to play nearly excellent, because if they're not going to play at least great or excellent, they're not making the postseason. Because this team, it's not like they're in first place right now, and we could basically lay back and just like, this team is fighting from behind, and if they're by the All-Star break, if this team is 6-7 games out, I don't think they're making the postseason. If maybe they're 2 games out, 3 games out, I feel a little more comfortable. But if this team is 7-8 games out by the All-Star break, there's no way in hell they're making the postseason.
I don't even see this team going anywhere that far. Honestly,
no way.
I mean, realistically, I don't see them going to the playoffs. Not
many Yankee fans believe in this team this year. I don't know any Yankee fans that think this team is going to win a World Series. No way. It's almost like I'm not excited for this team, even if they do make the postseason, because I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to be the ending result. They don't even have a number 2 starter after Garrett Cole. When is Corey Kluber coming back? I mean, they don't they expect him back in July or something?
Because because of Corey Kluber and his situation, I mean, the bullpen has been depleted, like I've been talking about before. I mean,
once again,
they can't
go on.
They can't go on like that, and they need Corey Kluber back, and they need Britton back too. That'll help.
Yeah, but you can't rely on Michael King. That's another problem. Michael King barely got out of that game last night. The Yankees basically just bailed him out. I mean, he wasn't pitching that good. He lasted 4 innings, and I took him out. He wasn't come on, we can't go by bullpen games. See, that's why the Yankees don't have anybody else to go to.
We don't got no starters, man. That's the problem. We got Jordan Montgomery that he's been doing well. Herman has been doing well. But we got 3 guys, and then Garrett Cole. So we got 3 guys, but the last 2, Talion, he's suspect, man. He could give it up, or he pitched good and give it up. I don't know what's up with him, and then the 5th guy, we don't know. It's anybody. It could be Garcia or Michael King.
We don't even have a 5th starter, because I don't even think they're going with a 5-man rotation now, because Garcia is up and down. They use him and they send him back down again. I don't even know if he's in the rotation. Did they send him back? They have
Severino is in rehab now, and the Yankees' plans are not to baby him and use him out of the bullpen. They're going to throw his butt right into the rotation.
Well, let's see. I'm not a big believer in Severino. He's coming off a Tommy John surgery. I don't think that he's going to rescue the Yankees from making the playoffs. No way.
I'm pretty sure
he's not the.
No, but I'm pretty sure the Yankee coaching staff are building Severino up to be game day ready by the time he comes back.
Yeah, well, Britton's coming back. That's good. But, I mean, what is he going to do? Can he hit? Britton's coming back, I heard, this series. But what can Britton do? Can he hit, though? Because the Yankees' main problem has been their offense. Well, not in the Minnesota series. It looks like they woke up finally. But I'm just saying, what is Britton going to do? How's he going to affect the Yankees making the postseason? He's a relief pitcher. They need starting pitching and they need hitting.
Well, he's going to give relief to the bullpen. That's so they don't have to use all these guys that they don't have to burn out. You know?
Yeah, but you need more than Britton, though. Britton is not going to put the Yankees in the postseason. He's not putting them in the playoffs. You can't rely on one relief pitcher. And there's so many holes on this team. They have so many holes. It's not even funny.
Period. The hitting is the worst aspect of the whole team. Is the hitting. If they don't hit regardless, they're not going nowhere. Period.
Yeah, the hitting wasn't a problem these games. I can't knock the hitting. They scored 9 runs the first game, and they scored 8 runs in the second game. And by the way, that game was 8-6. It shouldn't even have been 8-6. That stupid pitcher that came in, Brooks Christie, almost blew that game.
And he got 4 runs in the 9th inning.
It really should have been. It should have been 8-3. But that pitcher, that guy's horrible. He probably got DFA'd. That guy sucked. It should have been
9-6. What they need, guys like Krisky are just innings eaters. Guys that aren't particularly.
Well, I know they come in the game when it's a blowout, but if you can't do your job and you can't close out a game when it's you're up by 8 runs, 9 runs, you're not doing your job. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing. The Yankees don't have anybody they could trust. Those guys are all terrible. Brooks Christie, Nick Nelson. They're awful, man. I mean, I don't trust those guys.
They got to get some better guys. They really have to get some better.
They always hype these guys up, though. You notice every time the Yankees have these pitches in the farm system, they always hype them up, and they're never good. Clark Schmidt, like all these guys, Davey Garcia, Nick Nelson, Albert Abreu. I don't think any of these guys are any good. The Yankees have a terrible, terrible scouting department. They just do not know how to develop pitching. Severino is like, he's always injured though. I mean, you want to say Severino, but he's injured. He's injury prone. He's always hurt. So go. Andy Pettitte was like the only great pitcher they ever developed. I mean, starting pitcher wise. I mean, that was like, it's pretty much a joke that this team for the last 30-something years.
Take it back, I got Bob Turley and Whitey Ford, but we're talking another century.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's going way back. And Ron Guidry too. Ron Guidry was in that farm system, I think too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm going back like in the '90s. I mean, like Andy Pettitte, that's pretty bad though. But if you want to go even further back, yes, the Yankees don't have a long history of developing great pitchers. They're not known for that. We don't have a good scouting department. I don't know why they never got a good scouting department. I don't know why it's always been there. I
don't know what happened after Gene Michaels left the team. I mean, they kind of fell apart in the scouting realm and the minor league system. Period. It's like because I mean, you have to blame the general manager because what farm system have you built in the last 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I mean,
Brian Cashman doesn't. Another reason the Yankees never go nowhere is because they never ever bring their farm system guys up. They leave them down there till they're too late, and they bring them up and they suck, and then they trade them or they just send them back down. That's another thing I cannot stand. If you're going to use these guys, use them. They 2016 they rebuilt the team and they got all these guys. Well, they made all those trades, right? Clint Frazier, Gleyber Torres. All right, they play those guys. Clint Frazier has been a disappointment, by the way, but they don't bring any of these guys up. None of them. I mean, they always leave them down there, and they say they need more time. They need more time, but they don't play these guys. They wait till they're 24, 25 years old. That's too old.
Perfect example of that player would be Austin Romine. He was the oldest rookie that we had. Like they
just love doing that. Aaron Judge wasn't really that young when we brought him up either. What was he, like 25 or something? I mean, come on, that's like too old.
24. Yeah,
I know, but still, I know, but all the other teams' farm systems don't wait till their guys are 25.
Austin Romine, the catcher, he was on the Yankees for like 10 years on the minor league team. For like 10 years.
Brett Gardner.
Until they called him.
By the way, Brett Gardner came up as 25 too. See, I mean, they always wait till these guys are like, they're like a quarter century old and they bring them up. Bring them up when they're 20, 21. Like Jason Dominguez. Are they going to wait till that guy's 26 and bring him up? That's too old to bring somebody up.
Yeah, in the minor leagues, that's old.
Very hard to break that lineup. It takes years and years to get into the Yankee lineup, if ever.
I know you gotta but if guys are, if they're ready, if they're talent ready, you gotta at least give them a shot. I mean, Dominguez looks like I think he'll be up by next season. I hope they're not going to wait another 2 seasons for him. But that's the thing that gets me upset and frustrated with their farm system because they do have guys that actually are good. The Yankees are not rated the best farm system. I know they're one of the they're top 20. They're in the 30s. And let's just say they don't have one of the top farm systems, but they do have guys in that farm system that they can use. I would love to see Florial. They never ever use him. He gets called up and called down every single day. That guy.
Yeah, that's messed up. I think he should be playing center field right now.
Absolutely, especially when Frazier's playing. Frazier's terrible. Clint Frazier, man, that guy was so hyped. You know how hyped that guy was. He was hyped more than Aaron Judge. You know he's a talent. He was a more talented prospect, right, than Aaron Judge was, right?
Yeah, he was.
Rated. He was rated number 3. When we traded him from the Cleveland Indians, he was number 3 overall pick, I think. This guy was apparently supposed to be a stud. He's terrible, Clint Frazier.
It really looks like Andujar is taking over for Clint Frazier. Andujar has hit 5 home runs in his last 8 games, and
you know what?
He's become a better fielder in the outfield. And I believe that he may be taking playing time away from Clint Frazier now, because they're using Andujar.
Yeah, Andujar's great, man. Andujar's hitting like he did in 2018. Remember when he came up that year with the Yankees and he was Rookie of the Year run-up? Yeah, he's really hitting the ball. I got to give Andujar
I think he's an excellent left fielder. They turned him into an excellent left fielder, man.
I'm satisfied. He's good. He's good. I didn't think he was going to be that good defensively because I thought this guy overall wasn't good defensively. He was horrible at third. That's why you have Gio Urshela. But this guy is really good outfield. Yeah, and he can hit. But I hope that
because to play left field, right, especially in Yankee Stadium, that's the hardest position. out of them all.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, left field.
And he's a left fielder
Stadium,
now.
and he's been playing left field, and he plays Yankee Stadium pretty good. So he could definitely take over that job from Gardner. Gardner gonna be gone once they get a good center fielder. Gardner will be gone too. You know.
Well, I'm hoping the Yankees can make like a trade this deadline. They get Kendall Marte. That's what everyone's hoping because we need a lefty hitter. Because you need more balance in this lineup. It's all righty hitters. It's not. They don't have enough lefty hitters.
But
the Yankees.
Here's Hal Steinbrenner's philosophy. Hal Steinbrenner. I mean, I was at Yankee Stadium, and I noticed that half the place is still shut down. And Hal Steinbrenner's about saving money. And, you know, if Cashman goes to him and says, I'm going to need more money for, even though Ketel Marte has got a decent contract going, and I need more money to do this, that, and the other thing, Hal Steinbrenner is going to say, I'm up to $200 million. Right now, the Rays are in first place with 1/4 of the payroll.
That's what he's going to say.
And Hal Steinbrenner is going to say, forget about it. This is what you got now to work with.
It's true.
That's what he's going to say. And he's probably going to say, behind closed doors, I don't know if you remember, but he forfeited the 2013 and 14 season. He said that we're not making it this year. Let's get him next year. We're probably going to – I don't know if he's going to do that again, Hal Stein, but he did that, I remember, in the middle of the season. I think it was June or July. And he said that we're finished. You remember, Frank? He did say that, Steinbrenner. Hal Steinbrenner, not George Steinbrenner. Hal said that it was over. He says, we're not looking good. We're underachieving. Let's just get him next year. How do you forfeit a season like that? You're supposed to be the owner of the Yankees. George Steinbrenner never ever forfeited a season like that. He never threw in the towel and said, we suck. We'll just make it next year.
That's true.
Imagine if he said something like that again, Hal Steinbrenner. He already did already. It's not like he never did.
Hal Steinbrenner sees the Yankees like a profit-making business. And that's
he does.
He does not have the passion that George Steinbrenner has.
And you never see him at Yankee games. Never. I never saw him once at a Yankee game. Never. I never see him watch the Yankees. I don't think he's really a fan. I think the Cashman watches more baseball games than him.
The daughter was there at a few games in the beginning of this year, but that was about it.
I didn't see her. I never see Hal Steinbrenner in attendance. Never. You never see that guy anywhere. Nowhere to be found at Yankee
Stadium. I've seen him, but he's there rarely. He's mainly down in Florida.
Yeah, but I don't think he really cares about the Yankees. And like you said, you're right.
He ever goes to Yankee Stadium. I don't think he goes to Yankee Stadium. I don't think
I've never seen him on a few occasions here and there throughout the years, but he's usually not there.
I've never heard.
I'm just telling you now, like when it's going to be a trade, I don't think he's going to do nothing because, like, he doesn't want to pay small market teams. He doesn't want to go the luxury tax. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not going to do it, man. The Yankees are a failure, man. Period, man. Up and down.
They just don't want to win.
What they're going to need is a new general manager to build from the ground up, man. They're going to have to build that minor league system.
What else could we do? I mean, we can't. Well, I don't think they're going to get rid of Aaron Judge and Gleyber Torres and LeMahieu and Cole. Those guys will be there, but they're going to have to do something drastic. They're going to have to trade like a fan's favorite, like somebody that we don't want to see go. But who can it be now? Because Aaron Judge is playing good. He's healthy. Torres has turned it around. He's actually done a lot better now, Gleyber Torres. So who are they going to trade? Who are you trading for? That's the question. Well, what are you going to get back, and who are you trading? I guess Luke Sanchez.
There was talk of Ketel Marte, but I heard by the pundits, but I've heard crickets out of Cashman, so I have no idea.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's always like that. He's always quiet. What I want to see, what trade I want to see go down? I don't know if I'm going to get my wish, but I want Max Scherzer. Because I think that would him and Garrett Cole together will be a great one too. That's who I truly want. I know we need a left-handed hitter too. I like to see them get both, but if it's between those two, if you put a gun to my head right now and ask me who I'd rather have, I'd rather Max Scherzer. Sorry, but the pitching is still number one to me. I'm just telling you, that's who I really want. I think the Yankees could go. They could live without Kendall Marte. If they have Cole and Scherzer, how the hell could you argue that? Those two guys.
It's true. It's true, man. I don't know, but you know what? And all in all, in my opinion, they need to get a new general manager that will build the minor league system up, get guys that'll come up to the major leagues, and have guys that'll come up after them too. You know what I mean? Have a circle of guys just coming up to the majors that maybe could win a championship sooner than later. But they got to start getting guys.
In terms of moving forward, they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to build. But then, are you willing to take a hit and the Yankees miss the playoffs? like year after year after year, because that's the only way we're going to get good, because that's how you get number one draft picks. You got to miss the playoffs repeatedly. I mean, that's but then you want to see the Yankees turn into like a team like they were in the '80s where they never made the postseason. That's going to be really depressing. And no Yankee baseball postseason for 5-6 years. I want to see this team make the postseason still. But if it's to build together a great team, I mean, it's just
Michael, when you think about it, Hal Steinbrenner, I mean, he has the second highest payroll to the Dodgers. I mean, he has put up over $200 million, and what his attitude is, I have put up over $200 million for payroll here, and the Rays are in first place with a $40 million payroll. So, why should I put any more money out?
Well, because, I mean, they lost McGarrigle. I just figured that, go for the kill. I mean, George Steinbrenner always did. I know they lost constantly when he used to spend money, but it did work in 2009. I mean, it finally did culminate. I mean, they won the World Series finally. It took them, a long time. But
I mean, this is the thing, though. George Steinbrenner, you got to understand his mentality. His mentality was he wanted to get the people that was hurting us, and put him on our team. And that's how he won the championships. But basically, he got lucky with the farm system. You know what I mean? I mean, Steinbrenner was lucky to have Gene Stick Michael there to search this talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
well, it was the farm system, and he made great moves. That's what I loved about George. He also made some stupid moves, too, in his career. I'm not going to say the guy was perfect. He did a lot of stupid things, Steinbrenner.
But what I'm saying is,
one of the reasons that the Yankees had the dynasty of the '90s is because he was suspended in the early part of the '90s.
Yeah, I think he was suspended for about 4 years or 5 years.
That's running to Gene Michael, and if it was up to Steinbrenner, he would have did things such as trade Mariano Rivera or trade Darren.
Well, you got to thank Gene Michael. Gene Michael and Bob. What's his name? Gene Michael and Bob Watson. Those were the two. Those were the two guys that created the Yankee dynasty. You got to tip that cap. You got to tip your cap to those guys. Because Cashman did not become the general manager until 1998. Cashman was with the Yankees since the '80s, right? He was like a young kid. I think he was like a 19 or 20-year-old. But he was like an assistant GM. You didn't know about Cashman in the '80s. He was like in the background.
In the '70s, when I was a teenager, George Steinbrenner had a GM by the name of Gabe Paul. I don't know if you know the name or not, Gabe Paul.
I think I heard his name. Yeah, it was in the '70s. I heard he was a good GM too. I think.
Yeah.
He was the one that got Reggie Jackson.
What I wanted to say was the thing is, right? George Steinbrenner was lucky to have Gene Stick Michael, right? And they got lucky with players from the farm system. But the thing is, they had a general manager to build up the farm system that was Bob Watson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they built this team up while Steinbrenner was he was banned from baseball in the '70s and all that.
Yeah.
These guys
he got banned. I know he got banned in the late '80s. I think early '90s. He was
banned in the early '70s and again in the early '80s because of that.
I don't know if he was banned. I don't think he was suspended in the '70s. He was the owner in the '70s. He wasn't suspended in the '70s.
Yes, he ran into trouble for making illegal campaign contributions to Nixon.
Yeah, he got banned. He got banned. He got in the early part of his career with the Yankees, early '70s when he bought the team, 1972. He was banned at that time. He got banned like a year later or something for the contributions to Richard Nixon's campaign. But the thing is that at that time they built this farm system up. You see?
Yeah.
And the Yankees were horrible for a long time because they didn't buy no big players. But then when Jeter and that crew came along, they said, all right, this is it. So what they did was they said, we got to add to these puzzle. So with Jeter and these guys, they said, all right, let me bring in Darryl Strawberry, Tim Raines, all these big
Cecil Fielder.
Right, Cecil Fielder. They brought all these big names because these are the guys that were hurting our pitches. So they brought everybody that was hurting.
And don't forget Tino Martinez and David Cohn and Jimmy Key, and I can say Yeah.
And down the line, it goes on. So whoever was hurting us, George Steinbrenner won it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
and there were plays that hurt us, but I think these guys are just great plays.
They made some very shrewd trades in the 70s. They picked up Greg Nettles, Sparky Lyle, Chris Chambliss.
Yeah,
they made some very shrewd trades, and then
Chris Chambliss was a great. Reggie Jackson and Catfish Hunter were basically the building block of those two championships that they won.
Yeah.
Catfish was the first. I think Catfish was at that time. It was the richest contract I think given to a pitcher. I don't know what Catfish got. My cousin told me he got a record-setting deal in the 70s. That was, what did he get like that? Because at that time that was a lot of money.
I believe it was something like about $3.5 million for 5 years.
Yes, that's it. You hit it on the nose. It was that. That was considered like the highest. He was like the highest paid, I think, back then.
Oh yeah, that was huge. They were talking about millionaire baseball players.
Yeah, and Catfish Hunter was worth the money. That guy was great. He was that was like the beginning of the dynasty for them in the 70s. And then Reggie Jackson was basically, I guess, the icing on the cake.
Yeah, he picked up a pitcher named Ed Figueroa, who was also very good.
Ed Figueroa, yeah, I remember him.
I got his autograph too. He batted pigeon toe at Figueroa.
He did?
Yeah, he batted pigeon toe. He was a pigeon toe batter. Shit is crazy.
Yeah. But I just hope the Yankees get enough guts and they make a trade and like we go on a big run there. Now we're playing the Phillies. What do you see us going from here, Frank? You think this team is just going to be stagnant, or you think they're going to like wake up? We've been saying this for like 2 months now, but
I think they can make a run for it. But the thing is, though, are they playoff worthy? And I don't think they playoff worthy playing like that.
Yeah, because I really can't say. Even if they swept the Twins in this series, I still am not like 100% like convinced. I mean. I can't really say. You're going to have to talk to me in July, I guess. I really can't. I guess.
Hold on. If we still had Hicks and if we still had Luke Voigt and let's say Britton was pitching.
Yeah. I don't think these players are holding us back, though. I just think the Yankees is not a good team this year. I don't even think Luke Voigt and Kluber are the reason why we collapsed. Because what were they doing anyway? Well, Kluber was good, but Voigt wasn't doing anything. Aaron Hicks wasn't doing anything.
They do matter because they bring intimidation to the batting lineup, man. So when that pitcher goes up, they got to go through 1 through 9 pitching like every guy is because they're going to give up a home run.
But what I'm saying is that I don't think they're going to miss the postseason because those guys aren't. They're not holding the Yankees back from a playoff appearance. I think what's going to hold them back is that they're not. They got to hit. They're going to do this the whole rest of the season. There's only 3.5 months left. That's going to go fast. We'll see.
Michael, I have some advice for you. And I had a lot of trouble with substance abuse in my life, and I've gotten sober. And one of the things that we say when we go to the meetings and the programs is we say one day at a time. So in order to avoid giving yourself agita, just enjoy the game and the game for that day, and don't try to make predictions about what's going to be happening in September. We have no idea. And
usually you could tell 80 games is it. I appreciate that advice. Thanks a lot. But I was going to say, really, the All-Star break is when we really have a playoff picture of the Yankees of what we can really see. I just hope to God this team, just pray this team is not 10, 15 games out by the All-Star break. If there's only 3 games out, then the Yankees have an excellent chance. But if they're 10, 15 games out of it, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, the Yankees are 6 games out now. So if they can can start hitting and start winning some games, at least the series. They have to win the series from now on.
What do you? Frank, what's your estimation? How many games into the season can you tell if a team's going to make it 80 games? People usually say it's 80 games.
That's what the All-Star break, right?
I think it's more than 80. By the All-Star break, it would be, I think, 90-something.
About 90 games by the All-Star game.
Oh, 90.
About halfway.
I think
usually people say 80 or 90. I don't know. I say 80 games. You could tell.
I think the real playoff race starts in the beginning of August. I think
August,
I think those last 2 months, August and September, that's the real playoff race right there. I mean, if you can stay on top for those 2 months, or if you can gain through the rankings in those 2 months, You can make it probably. You know what I mean? And usually those teams that come red hot out of the gutter, like usually, like for example, like the St. Louis Cardinals or something like that, they come into the playoffs red hot and they start winning games.
Yeah, they do. And and those teams are like laying low and then they just explode. So the Nationals did it in 2019.
So if the Yankees could get a wave like that, if they could ride a wave just like that, they could probably do something, man. I mean, I'm not counting them out, but I mean, they gotta get. We can't beat ourselves. If we're gonna beat ourselves, we're not gonna win no playoff game. And the Yankees have been beating themselves.
They have been.
So
the Yankees, like I told you this 2 months ago, they got nobody to blame but themselves. They always get off to a bad start. They're notorious for bad starts. The Yankees. If the Yankees would get off to great starts, they wouldn't have this problem. But they always start off slow. Every year, I don't know why they do this.
Michael, they are only about a game and a half to 2 games out of the second wild card. There are a bunch of teams that are around 33 and 30. And there's a bunch of teams hanging right around 500. And right now, they are right there for that second wild card.
That's good. But remember, though, there's a lot of good teams in that second wild card, though. Houston, Boston, Toronto. I don't know, man. The second wild card is not going to be easy to win. You got like about 3 teams ahead of you that those are good teams. I don't know if they're going to bump the Red Sox and the Astros.
If they don't win,
would be the first wild card right now. The Red Sox are right up there with the Rays. There's a bunch of teams that are all.
And if Tampa wins the division,
who are under 500. There's a bunch of teams that are around 30 and 30.
No, I know, but if the Tampa wins the division and the Red Sox win the wild card, then the Yankees are going to miss the playoffs. Then we don't have an expanded playoffs.
For the second wild card, if it gets to that point. But once again, we're protecting. Let's worry about the Phillies series starting tomorrow.
Well, they gotta. The bottom line is, if they don't win every series, they're not gonna make it far. That's
that's what I'm explaining here. I want to be positive, but at the same time, you gotta be.
They gotta win 2 out of the 3 out of every series they play.
They gotta win every game. I think they gotta win a lot of games. They have to win like 10 games in a row. The Yankees, if they want to win the division,
and you know what?
They have to win every game.
And you know what? Even winning every series is not guaranteed neither, because
the other teams.
If they're winning and you're winning, you don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what happens. It goes nowhere. You're winning and they're winning, it goes nowhere.
And then when they lose,
it's at a standstill.
And then when they lose, we lose. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens.
It's a back and forth, it's a horse race. That's all it is. It's a horse race.
That happens a lot, man. So it's gonna be tough to, man. I don't know, man. Can the Yankees make it? I think they can.
Now you see, I hope so too. But you see why we can't drop that many games at the beginning of the season. See how hard it is to get back into first place when you start off bad. It's up and down. It's just a seesaw.
Listen, here's the scenario, right? The Yankees. Let's say the Yankees do make it back. They make a playoff run. They make the playoffs, right? What always happens when we make the playoffs? They're gonna have a big time pitcher that's gonna come in against them, like Glass now or whoever have you, and shut them down. You know what I mean? Because the Yankees can't hit good pitching. They can't hit
bad pitching. Good pitching. They can't even hit bad pitching.
The
deal with the Yankees over the past 2 years is that they have been very streaky. The Yankees had a 10-game winning streak last year as well. And this year, too, they went through a stretch where they were 19 wins and 6 losses, and then they followed that up with a horrible streak. So they're very sneaky. They're
very sneaky. Sneaky isn't the word for what they are. They're bipolar, the Yankees. They're like they're like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Yankees. They're just one week they're great, and the next week they're horrible. That's why I said, how are they going to be great pitching? If they can't hit great pitching, how are they going to be bad pitching? I mean, what's going to change?
I don't know what's going to happen.
They knocked Domnack around, though, in that second game against the Twins. Boy, did they clever Domnack. Domnack was the Twins pitcher with the handlebar mustache. And he was known for being an Uber driver before he bought.
I know they hit him and they hit Michael Pineda.
Really?
I'm not saying they can't hit bad pitch, but I'm saying they do stupid things, the Yankees, and they go against these pitches that are mediocre pitches and they're not good, and they don't hit them, and then they don't hit pitches that they don't, pitches that debut against them they never hit. Every time a pitcher makes a debut against the Yankees, that's another thing that pisses me off. We never hit those guys.
Especially if it's a pitcher that used to be a Yankee or is a Yankee killer or something like that. They attributes are like at 100 when they come to Yankee Stadium. I mean, they make these bums look like legends, like this
Unless
guy.
it's not Minnesota Twins, we can't beat those guys. But yeah, we beat that guy with the mustache, the Uber driver. We beat Michael Pineda, J Happ. They should beat these guys. They're not good.
Look at Nathan Involvi the other day with Boston. The guy was looking like he was like Hall of Fame over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they make these mediocre pitchers look like Hall of Fame pitchers. It's ridiculous. How do you got to hit these pitchers? They're not good pitchers, man. That's what pisses me off. No other team would do that.
And
no other offense would struggle against me.
And talk about Nathan Involvi. He's using that sticky stuff because he was pitching at 100 miles an hour. And
I think he always threw 100 miles an hour, though. But he's probably using substances, too. I won't be surprised. Verlander's using it. Scherzer, all these top pitchers, man. It's ridiculous.
Nathan Involvi was known for having a very high fastball, 97 to 100. But he was one of the pitchers that had a very straight fastball, and he also had what they consider a low spin rate.
But that looks very fishy, that game. I've seen the way he was throwing those pitches. He was throwing. I know he always threw 97 to 100. You're right, but that looked very suspicious, very suspect.
Right? Thank you. I was like, yo, what? I was like, yo, look at the way the ball's flying, though.
Yeah, did you see the way the ball was? Did you see the way the ball was coming out of his glove? It looked like it was snapping. What the hell was that?
Right. I mean, and he never pitched like that before.
No, I never. Even when he threw 100 back then, they never used to look like that. The movement, it was going too fast. They're using substances. It's ridiculous now. Baseball is becoming a joke. Everything is cheating now. It's getting out of hand. This is ridiculous.
There was something called spider tack that they were using.
Yeah.
Called spider tack, and
can't these guys just do it the right way and stop cheating?
Cole was like a deer in the headlights when he was on that Zoom conference, and they asked him if he used spider tack, and Cole was, I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah,
really? That's what he said?
He was put on the spot. I mean, I guess he was using spider tack then. I mean, Garrett Cole's the guy's a great person.
How come he should have just said, I don't use it, you know? But here's the thing, though. Yeah, all right, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with Garrett Cole, right? All right, you the Yankees shopping for Garrett Cole, right?
He's still a great pitcher, though. The guy's still a great pitcher.
But don't the Yankee management know that he was using this stuff already? That's why he was pitching that great?
And Scott Boras, I don't know. So Scott Boras is his agent.
But here's the thing,
wonder if he told him
but here's the thing. Why would you invest money in a guy that's using sticky stuff if you know once this guys get caught, he ain't gonna pitch the same no more? You know what I'm saying?
Know.
He ain't gonna.
He's supposed to be like he's supposed to be on a high level, Cole. He's supposed to be like in the players committee or something or union. They're saying Cole is like he's very, Garrett Cole's very intelligent. But so I'm surprised Josh Donaldson snapped at him.
Yeah, and you know what? And the most intelligent, smart people are the ones that are cheaters. Yeah. They're the cheaters that they don't, because they're smarter than me and you to outwit us and cheat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
one thing though is when Cole pitched against the Twins, his spin rate did not drop off by much at all when he pitched against the Twins. So if he had stopped using it, it really did not affect his spin rate much at all.
But the thing is though, how do you hide it? I don't understand. How do you hide it? I don't get it, man. Unless you just put it
on your cap, on the side of your pants, on the brim of your cap, sometimes in your glove.
Yeah, but
I think DeGrom is. I think there's something with DeGrom too now. They're saying that they even suspect he's doing something with his spin rates.
DeGrom got caught doing it. Shohei Ohtani got caught. Shohei Ohtani. Is it Shohei Ohtani?
Well, they're saying DeGrom. They said something that he was reaching for his belt or something, but I don't know. They're saying DeGrom's velocity didn't drop. Like his spin rate is still there. But DeGrom is just—he's a great pitcher, but I don't know.
Allegedly.
I just don't. I can't. There's a lot of. They're saying 90% of baseball is using that stuff.
I don't see why not. I see. Let them use it. Let them use it.
It's not legal.
You guys, I just want to step in here and switch the subject a little bit to say that really enjoyed my trip with TX Bomber. We went to 3.
Oh yeah, great. I saw it. Yeah, that was great.
If Michael, if you go on Instagram, you will see DX Bomber's Instagrams, and you will see mine. Roger the Big Yankee fan. That's how you get to me on Instagram. And we had a great time. We went to 3 games. The Yankees won 2 out of 3. I had a very good time with DX Bomber. We went and had pizza on Memorial Day, and it was a very good time. I'm going to be back up in August, and for the August trip, I'm going to be staying right in the Bronx with DX Bomber.
Yeah, man, we're gonna show Roger around. We're gonna show him the shootouts in real life. You know, all the police brutality that goes on right at the doorstep. We're gonna show Roger all of that in real life. We're gonna bring National Geographic to life.
I'll bring my bulletproof vest.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna suit Roger. Nobody's gonna get hurt in the making of this video. You know what I mean? We're gonna have him hooked up with helmet, bulletproof boots, vest.
Michael, I'll be staying about 5 or 6 blocks from Yankee Stadium.
I think I lost him.
Alcohol-free party. Who SDX Bomber wants to have a beer or a couple beers or whatever. I'm not having any. And I'm going to be 6 blocks away from Yankee Stadium at a pretty decent hotel, I hope. And we're going to have the party, and we're going to 2 games against the Orioles in early August.
Yeah, I'm curious to see this place myself. I don't know what it looks like. Hopefully, it's a good spot. You know what I'm saying? It's probably brand new.
When I get off the Amtrak, I will take the subway out to the Bronx, and I'll meet you by the tree, and you can go over and maybe guide me over to it. You know, to the.
I'll take you there. Yeah, I'll walk you there. Man, don't worry about it.
Yeah, sounds good. And then we can hang out that night and be ready for the game the next evening.
Yeah, man, it's just dangerous around there, man. You know.
Right.
It's like the movie The Purge, man. Once you gotta go inside and don't come outside, man. Once you get in, forget about it.
Yeah. Well, when you think about it, that's the hotel.
Oh, he's
and our games are night games, so I'll be walking back after the end.
Hold on a second. Okay, he's back.
Real quick, who are you guys talking about? The Yankee games?
Yeah, in August.
Yeah,
yeah. I saw it on YouTube. It was on YouTube, I think, too.
Right.
So hopefully,
I'm pretty streetwise, and I don't talk to people and don't do that kind of stuff. So I'll just get myself right back there and not have any problem. Plainfield was pretty bad too.
Yeah, you guys went to 3 games, right? Didn't you go to 3 Yankee games already, or 4?
Yeah, yes, we're talking about in August, Michael. When I get up in August, I'll be staying right up there in the Bronx with the Bomber.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
It's gonna be fun, man. So hopefully, it'll be good, man. So yeah, man, I guess we can start ending this video, man. It was a good one, man. Hopefully, you guys have a good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner right now with my friend. Yeah, it was a great one, man. They've got a great show like always, and hopefully the Yankees are going on a big run, and we can talk about some happy, great positive things about them next time.
Yeah, man, that's what we need.
Michael, the X-Bomber has his latest blog out. It's 38 minutes long. It's the Yankees Blue Jays game.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. Yeah, I think I saw it on YouTube already. I think he recorded it. I'll check it out. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I got more coming too. More coming out too. I got 3 more games coming out. And then hopefully I go to a game when they come back in the homestand. So I'll be there. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video and tell everybody so long and thank you for watching. See ya.
Take care.